Let's graph this system on 18 and 19. So notice on 18, it's set up for you. Your y-intercept is 2. So I'm going to go up 1, 2. My slope is negative 1, 4. So I'm going to go down 1 to the right 4. And then you could draw a line, but I'm going to go up 1 to the left 4 so I can see it. Notice it's a dashed line. And I'm shading below that, so I'm going to shade everything below that point, or below that line. That's the solutions to my first one. And let me make this a little bit bigger for us so it fills in a little bit quicker. Now my second line, I'm going to graph negative 1 is my y-intercept. So I'm going to go down here. And then my slope is 1, so I'm going to go up 1 over 1 and down 1 to the left 1. And then this one is going to be a solid line. And I want to shade everything below that line, but once again, when I do that, I know my solutions, the part I'm interested in here, is just going to be below both lines, isn't it? Because it's only going to be where the other one is shaded also below. And there's your solution. Now, on number 19, I think you would maybe want to get x by itself there. So when you get x by itself, y by itself, let's add y to both sides, because I'll have to keep the y positive. So I'll get negative 2x is greater than y plus 1. Minus 1 from both sides. So y is less than, notice I flipped the sides because I want to have y on the left side, negative 2x minus 1. So in that one, I'm going to go down 1. I'm going to go down 2 and over 1. And I'll go up 2 to the left 1. And then that's a dashed line again. And then when I do that, I want to shade below my line, because it's less than, because I flipped the y to the other side to keep it positive. I could have kept it on the left-hand side and then divide by negative and flipped it anyway, so no matter what you do, you end up with it being less than. Now on the next one, I could get y by itself. In fact, I think, no, I'm not going to do that. Let's do the intercepts. No, we'll get y by itself. I changed my mind. So this time, let's move the 1/2 just so you can see how it works out. So on the next one, I'm going to subtract 1/2 x from both sides. So then I'm going to get negative y is less than or equal to negative 1/2 x plus 1. Now what I'll do is I'll divide by a negative 1 to everything. Remember, when you divide by negative, you flip the sign. So y is going to be greater than or equal to, and it'll be a negative divided by negative is a positive 1/2 x. A positive divided by negative is a negative. So I'm going to go down 1. Oh, they cross right there at negative 1. But this time I'm going to go up 1 to the right 2. And I'll go down 1 to the left 2. And it's a solid line. Since it's greater than, I want to shade above my line, but I'm going to shade above in the part that's already shaded, because that's where my solution's at. So my solution is going to be right here. Then, on number 20, let me pull that up here. Notice number 20, I didn't tell you to graph it. And you won't have to graph questions like this on your test either. You do have to change it to a system of equations. You're going to write some inequalities. I said equations, I meant inequalities. You're going to write a system of inequalities. And let's take a look here. We got a lot going on here. It says Mr. Bundy gets a commission of $5 on each women's shoes he sells, and he gets a commission of $7 on each pair of men's shoes he sells. I'm guessing he gets a higher commission on the men's because he sells more women's. And he sells less men's. To meet a sales target, he must sell at least 10 pairs of women's shoes and 5 pairs of men's shoes. He would like to make at least $90 in commission a week. So what I think, we're going to define our variables. And since we don't have to graph it, let's do this. Let's let M equal to men's shoes, the number of men's shoes he sells. And W be women's. Oh, that's a terrible W. And W is going to be women's shoes. No. Let's start with a total number. Okay? He's got to sell 10 women's shoes each week. Okay, so we have 10 women's shoes. At least 10. So he could sell 10, but he's got to sell 10 or more. So we're going to say that's going to be W is going to be greater than or equal to 10. Then if we look at the men's shoes, he's got to sell at least 5 of those. Like I said, he sells less men's. So we're going to say M is greater than or equal to 5. Now, we will write one for the money. He needs to make at least $90 in commission each week, but he gets commission. He gets different rates of commissions, doesn't he? So he gets $90 per week. He gets $5 for the women's shoes. So we're going to go 5W. And he gets $7 for the men, so plus 7M. And that he wants to make at least, so at greater than or equal to 90. And there is your system that we were looking for. Yay.